So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. So a few days ago, while doing my routine stop and search on social media, I came across this shocking video.
This is Mrs. Honorable.
This is the wife to Honorable Ovat Apo, member representing. Is it Obuba 1 or 2 now? I don't know, but Obuba. This was what he did to the wife yesterday.
Jesus.
And has refused to give her money
To take care of her.
to go for medical treatment.
Jesus.
Imagine.
The other eye is not opening.
An honorable member
The eyes,
can
they're
do
not opening now.
to the
All over
wife.
her body, all over her body.
And he's so proud.
And he's so proud.
Proud of it.
No sign of remorse. No show of remorse. If you see her body, just imagine.
Hand mark.
Strangled her
On the neck.
on the neck. Oh,
With one
A woman that has given him 4 boys.
4 points.
what kind of wickedness? What kind of wickedness? See her eyes.
The other one is permanently closed. This one.
This is somebody's child.
Jesus.
A woman that has given birth 4 children. Let me not count the ones that had that she miscarried and the rest.
She has miscarried 2. Two. Then 1 died.
Okay.
1 died.
Just imagine the
2
wickedness.
miscarriages.
1 by.
4 solid boys.
Just imagine the wickedness.
You want to go and marry another
The
person.
speaker has
You want to marry
intervened,
a
tried
queen.
to make him come to his senses. But no. Imagine. Left
Wickedness.
her and travel, no
It's a-
medical treatment, nothing.
House of Assembly member.
Now this lady over here, Glory Agbo, no, let us not show this picture as though this is what she truly looks like. Guys, please roll out her proper picture. Yeah. That is Mrs. Glory Agbo, the wife of Ovat Dickson Agbo, a member of the Cross River State House of Assembly, representing Obubra 1 constituency, a sitting lawmaker. They have been married for several years, and she has given this man 4 children, 4 sons. On the 28th of February, when normal couples were relishing the Valentine moments, basking in the aftermath of the special day, right there at the assembly quarters, Dickson Agbo, in his rather usual fashion, descended on his wife and beat her to a bloody pulp. After pummeling her mercilessly all over her body, he held her down in choke mode, strangling her while raining several doses of heavy punches directly into her face, beating her within an inch of her life. Oh yes, this is business as usual for Honorable Ovat Dickson. Reports have it that it was not unusual for the lawmaker to severally and severely assault, strangle, injure, and attack his wife to near coma this way, leaving several marks and bruises on her. Now, according to journalist Agba Jalingo, let us read this together. While Governor Otto was in Lagos to receive his Silverbird Man of the Year award, this Honorable Ovat Dickson Agbo, representing Obubra 1 constituency in Cross River State House of Assembly, went to greet him as he stepped out of his car, and the governor rebuked him and told him that he is irresponsible. A very big shout out to all the decent, God-fearing Odogus rebuking the cruelty of other men. Your reward will be on earth and in heaven. So, even the First Lady of Cross River State is aware and furious about the habitual beating of Mrs. Ovat by her husband. In fact, a few weeks ago, he pummeled his wife to a pulp, and it was the Speaker of the State's House of Assembly who personally drove to his house in the night and took Ovat's wife to the hospital. She was later taken to the house of his colleague, Honorable Martins Achado, to be with his wife for a while because they are neighbors. By the way, those close to her say that she has started drinking. She has taken to the bottle because of depression. Now let's stop there. So this man is clearly in the business of beating his wife to near death every now and then. And on top of that, refusing to give her money to seek medical treatment to treat her injuries. You heard it from the video. Wife of an honorable with no shishi, no dime to even treat the wounds that her honorable husband inflicted on her. You know, we have had these discussions not so long ago. How a woman can be married to a rich man but still be a poor woman living miserably, living in misery. People will be outside admiring her, Wunye honorable, Wunye Odogwu, but she will be borrowing money from her siblings to meet her basic needs. You on the outside admiring her, you wouldn't know that you are better off with your POS business and going home with your wages in peace. With that, your husband's doing his small plumbing business or Uber business, doing his legit job and not causing you trauma. That man, you will know that your husband is even 1000% an odogwu more than this dishonorable simpleton. You see such a woman coming out of a big house, driving a big car, but no pain is in her name, no dime is in her account, no investments to fall back on, no assets that she can boldly point to and say, this is mine. Just title of a wife. It is a very common reality amongst these kinds of women, and it is a meticulously planned tactic of abusers. They cripple you financially to perpetually make you dependent on them for survival. Financial abuse, very well dissected in our book, The Unbroken Spirit. If you haven't picked a copy now, ignorance is a lot more expensive than a book. We dissected in-depthly how it starts, how it catapults, how to avoid it, how to deal with it, as well as several other kinds of abuse, how to nip it in the bud. Grab a copy of this book. There is so much that it offers. You can scan this code or click on the link down below. Available on Amazon and accessible regardless of the country of your jurisdiction. So as shock at this video traveled across social media, well-meaning men and women took to several platforms to express their annoyance at this so-called honorable's behavior. Everyone was full of condemnation. Every right-thinking person will, right? Next thing we saw, this wife in question released an official press statement dragging and calling out this Agba Jalingo, the journalist and human rights activist that was fighting for her and trying to get justice for her. Wonders of the world. Let's also read what she posted. Public notice. I am Mrs. Gloria Agbo, the wife of Honorable Ovat. That title is very important to women like this. Mrs. Glory. I had earlier come online this morning to address the issue lingering on social media space about my family, which I feel the general public would have respected my decision and allow me take full responsibility for my actions, like I stated. It is quite unfortunate that the more I try to calm the situation, the more it escalates. But the truth remains that all informations flying on the social media about my family are false. At this point, we were getting confused. False in what sense? Madam, we saw what we saw. Were you not the one with eyes that we just saw here? What is going on here? We're getting confused. She went for that. I wish to state here and now that I was misled by some group of friends, the Legislators' Wife Association, LEWA. You know that even the National Assembly, their wives have associations, even military officers, wives of military officers. So all of these groups where women come together to support themselves. It was members of this association, the wives of legislators, that gathered to help her when the man beat her to blindness. The women that gathered to help her to take her to the hospital. The lady is saying that she was misled by some group of friends, the Legislators' Wife Association, led by the wife of the Speaker, whom I felt have my best interests, but contrary to my thoughts. So the wife of the speaker does not have her best interests because she doesn't support her husband beating her or killing her. Many of these women, this is how they think. Oh, if you are single and you're trying to help a woman being maltreated, she will say it's because she didn't find a husband to marry. That's why you want to scatter her home. If you are married, she will say that you are facing your own trouble in your marriage. Oh, to them, everybody is getting beaten up, but it's just that some people are hiding it. To them, everybody, the way they cope is to assume that every other woman is going through what they are going through. So they will say you are staying in your marriage and you want to pursue them out of their own marriage. This is the common mentality amongst these kinds of women. So she is calling these women that try to help her out. And she said, today, I openly announce my resignation from the said Legislators' Wife Association group, and I cease to be a member from henceforth. I choose my family. Oh God, oh God, oh God. It is no doubt that some people have tried to paint the name of my family in bad light. And please, mind you, when she says she chose her family or people are trying to paint her family, she is just saying my husband. I choose my husband. People are trying to paint my husband's name. This family, not this guy, so his husband, okay? But I stand here to vehemently debunk that view about my family and state it clear here that my husband and I are in peace with each other. Even though issues arose, we have been able to amicably resolve our differences. Like I said, this is my family and no marriage is totally perfect. Please leave my family alone. You know, I told you that these kinds of women, they delude themselves by imagining that every other woman is going through what they are going through. And you know that church, society, their mothers have already told them that grass is not green anywhere. All women are suffering. So you better stay there and suffer your own and make your own work, because that is how it is. It is raining everywhere. That is the language they use. If their husband is cheating, bringing STD to them, they will tell them, they will convince themselves that it rains everywhere. If he's beating them, it rains everywhere. So that is the way they cope, by assuming that no be only them waka come. The general public is advised to please note and stay away from my family. Agba Jalingo precisely, and another person, whether you are being paid or not to drag my family, please stop, or my family will be compelled to take legal actions against anyone if this continues. So this woman is threatening legal action against a fellow man, protecting her from his fellow man. She's threatening legal actions that she's going to sue him if he doesn't back out that he has been paid. The attack is sponsored to tarnish the name of her husband. She concluded by saying, I wish to use this medium to apologize. African marriages, a lot of African marriages are not real. God, see what years of indoctrination and suppression has done to the brains and the minds of people. Can you see? This is indoctrination. Just as some people are indoctrinated that if they go and kill people, they would have everlasting reward somewhere. And you see a right-thinking person, some of them highly educated, would believe it is indoctrination, brainwashing. And women over the years have been brainwashed to believe that this is how a marriage should be. So the woman who has been bastardized and her face vandalized is using this medium to apologize to her dear husband, Honorable Obat Agbo, and to my entire family over these misconceptions against him. Please forgive me, as this will never repeat itself. As funny as this sounds, this is indeed painful. But before we go into the shocking outcome, this is not even the climax. Oh, you think this is all? No, just relax. There's a climax coming. But before we get into that shocking outcome, it is good that I mention here that the Cross River State House of Assembly has suspended this Dickson indefinitely. And according to the statements they made, it went around for bringing disrepute to the house, not really for the crimes he committed, but for the effect he has on the reputation of the house. But regardless, let us be thankful for small promises. At least there was an indefinite suspension. There was an action. Although some people were saying, oh, after the whole brouhaha calms down, he will be reinstated. This one is just to cover face. But at least let us put it on record that he has been suspended indefinitely. But another question that we should ask is suspension enough for doing this to another human being? Why haven't the Nigerian police taken action? This is criminal. Why haven't the authorities arrested and charged this man to court for aggravated assault or attempted murder? For how long will meting out grievous bodily harm on others be treated as a family matter in Nigeria? Every day, women are being battered, maimed, and killed in their numbers by their husbands, and it's still being treated as a domestic dispute. He has apologized. Go home and settle. It rains everywhere. No marriage is perfect. When should a man providing for a woman justify him to abuse her? You know, sometimes we hear some stories of African women who traveled abroad and eventually along the line had to notify the authorities about repeated acts of violence perpetrated by their husbands against them. And the common commentary from men and even some women, shamefully so, is how ungrateful she is. The focus stays on how he brought her abroad, and this is how she paid him. She called police on him. Nobody cares what he did to her. Nobody wants to know what he has been doing to her, because that is the culture back home. You feed a dog, you own it. That dog should remain grateful for the blessing of the food you give it. These men like this, of course not my original Obonge Odogus, simpletons like this, saw their fathers met out these sort of treatments to their mothers, and they are repeating the cycle with their wives, and their sons are watching too. And when there is no strict law and order to regulate behavior in society, humans are but animals. You see this beating thing, this beating of wives, this suppression of women, this treating of women as inferior, this assumption of owning a woman because you are married to her, it didn't quite start with us. It started in the West. Oh, we need to know our history. So when one small boy tells you that abuse is African culture or disloyalty is African culture, you correct him. You see, these things, it was an imported doctrine that was borrowed through colonialism. Pre-colonialism, women were women and the men were men. They both had and played important roles in the society for the society to function, and there was no heavy focus on preposition of the sexes and who is under, who is on top, who is behind, and who is beside. They were both strong forces, and both genders respected the places that each one of them occupied. Women were merchants, big traders, farmers. My grandmothers in Biafra held it down for 30 months bravely, seeing their children starve to death and die, while their odogos, their men, went to fight the war. Do you think if their history was hinged on timidity and subservience, they would possess the strength it took to hold it down? They didn't complain. They were strong women. My great-grandmothers from the Igbo and Ibibio tribe tore their clothes bearing their breasts, and they marched in their thousands against gun-wielding colonial masters who tried to impose a suppressive tax system on them. Do you think they could have had the audacity and the coordination to mobilize and champion that movement if the system they ran on was shut up, you don't have a voice, it is only men that can? No. If it was in the system operated today, I hope you know that no woman would come out for that match, because their husbands will not give permission. Their husbands will forbid them from going, and they have to be submissive women. Not out of bullying, or maybe the husbands will be scared. I don't want my wife to die. But our grandmothers, oh, they lied to you. They were not doormats. They were dignified. They had their own opinions. We in Eastern Nigeria, for example, we operated a decentralized and democratic system where men and women had a voice. Respect was mutual. Women held chieftaincy titles and made strong decisions in the society. There were communal checks against these kinds of things, against oppression, against battery. Husbands were not allowed at will to brutalize their wives. As a man, you could be dealt with thoroughly by the women group and even banished and even flogged for causing your wife such injury. But the whites came, and they came with their religion and their colonialism, and they told us that, look at this Bible, men are superior and women should be quiet and should be submissive and should be at home. They excluded women from political participation and weakened all women's economic influence by restricting them from working. They dismantled and criminalized all the structures that made the voices of women to be heard. And the African woman has not recovered from this damage ever since. This forced subjugation has led to the abuse that we are facing in our society and in our marriages. But those people that taught us this nonsense quickly realized that, oh no, we may have missed it. We may have made a mistake. No society, no system can truly work, thrive, and grow when its vulnerable people are left helpless and at the mercy of those who are stronger than them. Where people like this Honorable Dickson are allowed to operate unchecked. And then they corrected their mistake and they began putting legislation in place to check these excesses. But trust a black man, once you put sugar in a black man's tongue, he can never spit it. In fact, if it was blacks that enslaved white people, slavery would still be in place today, because it will be over their dead body to let it go. But them, they can abolish something that they see does not serve a cause. So we back home, we are still treating issues like this as a private matter. And every week we are here covering one story or the other of one woman or the other who died at the hands of her husband. If educated, so-called educated, enlightened, men in positions of power, lawmakers who are supposed to champion the laws and the causes that would put protection in place, are the ones doing this to their wives. You can only imagine the fate of the average woman in Nigeria. In 2026, we are still verbally begging husbands, appealing to their conscience, I beg for the sake of God, to stop maiming their wives. In 2026, domestic violence is still treated not seriously, it's not treated as a crime against the state. When will enough be enough? It's International Women's Month. And it's important that we keep having these conversations, because believe me, it is because of these engagements and these conversations and this opera that you feel is inconsequential that made this rep member to even test a suspension. Do you know how many of this has been happening before the era of social media and it meant nothing? We must keep talking. Our grandmothers and great-grandmothers didn't stay quiet at injustice. They spoke. They didn't have as much education or resources or avenues that we do, but they still stood up for what is right. So let us keep speaking for our daughters and granddaughters that would come after us. Well, to close this video, let me play you a shocking clip. Now this one will send goosebumps up and down your spine. Let us listen.
I'm out here to tell Nigerians and other persons home and abroad that what has been online for the past 4 to 3 days now, if I'm not mistaken, was the false accusation. And nothing of such actually happened. Maybe I use the AI or they want to use that to blackmail I and my husband. You know, election is at the corner, and maybe they want to use that one to bring him down. Nothing of such happened to me. Look at me, I'm okay, I'm good. Did you see any mark in my face or anything of such? Nothing of such happened.
My dear brethren in the Lord, You know, some people were saying that it is not the woman that wrote that thing when she made that first post about leave my husband alone. You are detractors. You have been paid to tarnish his image. I'm so sorry. I love you, my husband. I am Mrs. Some people say that her phone was taken. Somebody typed it for her. It's not her. Go and help her. Oh, this woman. She has come out in person, body, spirit, and flesh to give a video, to make a video saying that that video that we saw is not her. That was AI. Oh my God. It's okay. Let me drop my pencil in the basket of love. But remember, as long as these kinds of hideous crimes are still treated as domestic matters, are still handled with rubber gloves, we're victims in a society filled with patriarchy and poverty and the shortage of resources, and how easy it is for a man to oppress a woman that he is richer than and take her children from her. In a society like this, if we keep making it discretionary for the woman to choose whether or not such cases should be pursued, we will keep getting these kinds of outcomes. Once again, I drop my pencil in the basket of love. I will see you guys in our next video. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your thoughts down in the comment section, and stay glued for we have so much more coming your way. Don't forget to grab a copy of our book, The Unbroken Spirit. It will transform and reform your mind and your thinking, especially when it comes to marriage and the tendencies of abuse. It will teach you a thing or two that you do not know. So grab a copy by scanning this code or clicking on the link down below. It is available on Amazon regardless of your jurisdiction. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in our next one. For now, bye and happy International Women's Month.